Good morning, dear students. So, we are dealing with the topic organisms and populations. So, in that, today we are going to learn about the responses of the organisms to the abiotic conditions. So, what are abiotic conditions? Abiotic conditions means previously we discussed about the light, temperature, water, soil, etc. Then, how these organisms show the responses to these abiotic conditions. Let us see the topic now. Right. So if we see the abiotic conditions of many habitats vary with time. That means the abiotic conditions of many habitats is not constant. Okay, the abiotic conditions of many habitats vary with time. That means the abiotic conditions of many habitats are changing with the time. If the abiotic conditions of the habitat are changing, then how these organisms are surviving in those changing habitats or in those stressful habitats, right? Then how these organisms are surviving? Then how organisms survive? So how these organisms survive in those stressful conditions? The organisms are surviving in those stressful conditions by a mechanism called as homeostasis. So what is meant by homeostasis? Homeostasis means what? Maintaining constant right? Maintaining constant internal environment is called as homeostasis. So, what is the advantage of homeostasis? If an organism is maintaining a constant internal environment, then all the biochemical reactions and all the physiological functions of that organisms are carried out with maximum efficiency. That means all the biochemical reactions and all the physiological functions are occurring at maximum level. Then what happens if all the biochemical reactions and physiological functions are carried in maximum efficiency? Means it is increasing the efficiency or enhancing the efficiency of an organism, right? It enhances the overall fitness of an organism or efficiency of an organism. Okay? Then homeostasis is attained by two methods. One is maintaining constant body temperature. That means the animals can maintain their body temperature constantly without changing their body temperature in the surrounding environment. Okay? So maintaining constant body temperature and maintaining constant osmotic concentration of body fluids is called as homeostasis. So whatever might be the environment, whatever the changes that occurs in the environment, but changes will not occur inside the body of an organism which is maintaining homeostasis. Okay, let us see based upon that how these organisms are undergoing the mechanism. So in that, the first one is regulators. So what are regulators? So this is the external environment and this one is the internal environment of an organism. Right? So this is the external environment. This is the internal environment. Okay. So what are called as regulators? Let us see. Organisms which achieve homeostasis are called regulators. Okay, the organisms which can maintain homeostasis are called as regulators. If an organism is maintaining the organism is maintaining homeostasis means they are called as regulators. Let us see how this regulation is happening. Right, organisms which maintain constant body temperature are called thermoregulators. Okay, organisms which maintain constant body temperature are called as thermoregulators. So what is the thermoregulatory center present in our body? How the organisms are attaining thermoregulation? So the thermoregulatory center present in our body is called as hypothalamus. This hypothalamus regulates the body temperature. This hypothalamus maintains the body temperature. For example, you take what is the body temperature of the human beings means it is 37 degrees centigrade, right? So even in the winter, it is 37 degrees centigrade. Even in the summer, it is 37 degrees centigrade. That means the man is maintaining a constant body temperature. Then it is called as thermoregulation. Next one, osmoregulators. What are osmoregulators? Osmoregulators means the organisms which can maintain constant osmotic concentration of the body fluids. So if an organism is maintaining constant concentration or constant osmotic concentration of body fluids, we call them as osmoregulators. Can we get the examples for the regulators means? Regulators examples includes the most of the animals like mammals, birds, and few vertebrates. So these are called as regulators. Then evolutionary biologists believe that the success of mammals, that means we can see the mammals in almost in all the types of habitats. Okay, in all the types of habitats we can see the mammals. Why the mammals are more successful? The mammals are more successful because of their maintaining or because of their constant body temperature. So that is the reason why the mammals can survive in the Antarctica region where the temperature is very less, or the mammals can survive in Sahara desert also where the temperature is extremely very high. Right? So why the mammals are more successful means because of their maintaining constant body temperature. This is one of the important questions for the NEET. So mammals can survive in all the conditions because they maintain constant body temperature. Then what is the mechanism involved in maintaining body temperature by all the mammals means similar to the man? All the mammals maintain constant body temperature. How the man is regulating its body temperature? Let us see how they maintain. The mechanism used by most of the mammals to maintain constant body temperature is similar to humans. Right? Then let us see how man is able to maintain constant body temperature in summer and also in the winter. Let us see in summer season what is the body temperature and what is the environmental temperature, and in the winter. Right. In summer temperature, you see the external temperature, that means environmental temperature, is greater than 37 degrees centigrade. Then what about the body temperature? The body temperature is also more than 37 degrees centigrade. Then how the man is regulating in summer? So regulation, how the man is able to regulate the body temperature in summer is by sweating. So due to sweating, evaporation takes place, and evaporation causes cooling. So we call this one as evaporative cooling, and body temperature becomes normal. That means the body temperature comes to 37 degrees centigrade. Then what about in the winter? In the winter, the external temperature, that means the environmental temperature, is less than 37 degrees, and the body temperature is also less than 37 degrees centigrade. Then how the man is able to regulate means by a process called as shivering. So when you go into an extreme cold conditions, you start shivering your body. So when you are shivering, what is happening? When you are shivering, it is a type of muscular contractions. Okay, a shivering is a type of muscular contractions. So the shivering causes muscular contractions and it generates heat. So due to muscular contractions, heat is produced in the body. So due to generation of heat, the body temperature comes to normal. So the temperature reaches to normal. So these are the examples for the regulators. Now let us go for the next one, conformers. So conformers. So in the graph itself you can understand. Okay. Right, conformers means organisms which cannot achieve homeostasis are called conformers. Okay. Organisms which cannot achieve homeostasis. That means the organisms which cannot maintain homeostasis are called as conformers. Can we get examples of the conformers? Means example we can take that all plants are conformers and 99% of animals are conformers. Okay, 99% of animals and all plants are conformers. So how can we say, how you can say this, how we can explain this conformers means animals which cannot maintain constant body temperature. That means the body temperature of that organism depends upon the external environment. So that if we see here, the animals can maintain, the animals which maintain the body temperature with ambient temperature. Here the ambient is the word means nothing but the body temperature of this organism. The body temperature of the organism depends upon the external environment. That means the body temperature of the organism depends upon the temperature present in the external environment. Then we call that one as thermoconformers. Remember that. Thermoconformers means what? Nothing but the animals which can maintain their body temperature depending upon their surrounding environment. So if suppose the body temperature of an organism is 20 degrees centigrade and the external environmental temperature is 30 degrees centigrade, then the temperature of this organism increases to 30 degrees centigrade. If the external environmental temperature is 20 degrees centigrade, then the body temperature of this organism also reduces to 20 degrees centigrade. So, if an organism maintain its body temperature depending upon the external environment, we call them as thermoconformers. Thermoconformers. Then, what are next one is there is one more word called as osmoconformers. What are osmoconformers? The organisms which can maintain their osmotic concentration of body fluids with surrounding environment. That means if an organism maintain the osmotic concentration of its body fluids with ambient concentration of surrounding environment is called as osmoconformers. For example, you take the fish. Fish which is living in the marine water maintains its body concentration similar to the water present in the sea. That means the concentration of body fluids of the fish living in the marine water is having equal concentration to the marine water, so that there is no chance of exosmosis. That means the body fluids, endosmosis means here the body fluids will not go into the surrounding environment. To maintain that, they maintain constant internal environment. Similarly, if the concentration of the surrounding environment decreases, then the osmotic concentration of the body fluids also decreases. So a simple example is that one. So the organisms which can maintain constant osmotic concentration, that means these organisms cannot maintain constant osmotic concentration. So the organisms which are able to maintain the osmotic concentration with ambient concentration of surrounding environment is called as osmoconformers. That means simple example you can say here, these organisms are unable to maintain the unable to maintain the homeostasis. Okay, they cannot attain the homeostasis. There is no inner mechanism to maintain the homeostasis. They always depend upon the surrounding environment. So this is about the conformers, right? Conformers. Then one more example you can say that. So for example, you take we'll go on the board. The next one is partial regulators. So we can draw two types of diagrams here. This is one type of diagram for partial regulation. Like this also you can draw. So what are partial regulators? Partial regulators means some organism act as regulators up to certain level. After which they conform. Right? Some organisms can maintain their body temperature constantly up to certain levels. After that, they changes their body temperature according to their surrounding environment. So we call them as partial regulators. Or in this is the example. This is the graph for that one. Right? So this is the graph. For this statement, this is the graph. That means they are acting as a regulator up to some extent. After that, they are conforming. Okay. Otherwise, some organisms acts as conformers up to some time. After that, they regulate. For this example is camel. For this the example is squirrel. Okay. So thermoregulation is advantageous. Right? Thermoregulation is advantageous to the organisms. Heat loss or heat gain depends upon the surface area of the organisms. For example, you take the small mammals or small birds. So small mammals like shrew. So these small mammals are having larger surface area when compared to the volume of the body. So in these animals, heat loss is more. Heat loss is more. If the surrounding environment is becoming cold, heat loss also will become more. That means heat loss is proportional to the surface area. Right? Heat loss is proportional to the surface area. Right? In these small mammals, if the heat loss is more, again to generate the heat for these animals, it is more expensive. That means the metabolic activity of this animal should become more. Then the heat can be generated. So as the heat generation is becoming more expensive, these such type of animals cannot be seen in the polar regions. We cannot see these animals in the polar regions, right? So this completes about the partial regulators also. So we have completed three. One is the regulators, conformers, and partial regulators. Partial regulators. Let us see the remaining adaptations in the next class. Okay. Thank you very much.